The date is set, September the 3rd. That's when Jamaicans shall head to the poll in order to select their government. Hi again and welcome. This is Links 7 TV. Let's talk. And we're about to discuss this on the program after the Prime Minister announced a date for the general election in Jamaica in the House of Representatives yesterday. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back and thanks for joining us for the program. We ask you please remember like, share, click that notification bell, click on all so you're notified whenever we post new videos. September the 3rd, 2020. That's the date when Jamaicans shall head to the poll in order to select their new government. This revelation was made yesterday in the House of Representatives by the Prime Minister, Mr. Andrew Holness himself. So Thursday the 3rd of September 2020 is the date when Jamaicans will head to the polls to elect their next government. And this will be Jamaica's 18th general election since universal adult suffrage in 1944. The Prime Minister made the announcement during a statement in the House of Representatives on Tuesday. Nomination day for the election will be on Tuesday, August 18. This will be one of the most anticipated and consequential elections in the country's history, as it will determine which of the political parties will be entrusted with leading the country during the COVID-19 pandemic, the worst public health crisis in the global history of the world. The 2020 campaign will be one of the shortest ever in the country's history, which will see the Jamaica Labour Party going up against the People's National Party with the former Finance Minister, Dr. Peter Phillips. The revelation was made in the House of Representatives and ends the month of speculation about when the Prime Minister would have called the election. Mr. Andrew Holness, who is now 48 years old, will be facing the electorates for the third time and twice as Prime Minister of Jamaica. So the date is set when Jamaicans shall head to the poll once more in order to select their government. But I just want to point out something, and it's something that I've seen becoming a trend. I've noticed a number of videos with social distancing not maintained at some of these political rallies, and that's a cause for concern. As you know, the global pandemic of the coronavirus is bearing down on the world right now, and the election couldn't have come at a worse time during this global crisis. However, I'm going to bring you over to the Prime Minister's announcement of the election date announcement from the House of Representatives that was held yesterday. Let's go over to our screen right now for that announcement from the Prime Minister.
I now further advise, in exercise of the powers conferred upon me by Section 21(1) of the Representation of the People Act, the following notice is hereby given. 1. This notice may be cited as the Representation of the People Act, Appointment of Nomination Day, Notice 2020. And 2. Tuesday, the 18th day of August 2020 is appointed as Nomination Day. This notice has been gazetted today, Tuesday, the 11th day of August 2020. Consequently, the date fixed for the taking of the polls, that is the general elections for the year 2020, is therefore Thursday, September the 3rd, 2020.
Well, there you have it, the Prime Minister of Jamaica making the announcement of the date of the national election in Jamaica. But the date that was announced as the nomination day would have made it August 18th. That would be the day of nomination, and this will see Jamaicans heading to the poll in order to select their government. As you know, the JLP is now the current government that has been in power for the past 4 years, and the PNP, which is led by Mr. Peter Phillips, will go against Mr. Andrew Holness in the national election. But the announcement of the date did not went down well with the opposition side, and at one point there was a throw of words between Carl Samuda and the opposition side. Let's go over to a clip of that right now.
I kept hearing sounds and I saw images of it yesterday. Shut up. Shut up. talking about sweep them out. But Mr. Speaker, you and I have been around long enough to know that the last time they used that was when Sir Donald Sangster, beat on a backside in 1972.
Order, please.
In
Members.
1967,
Please.
when Sir Donald Sangster went on a come with this like old tired. Say, walk out, get out. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask that the House be adjourned.
Mr. Samuel, please. Order, please.
Go ahead.
Members, the Speaker is standing. Mr. Samuda. Mr. Samuda,
And you're
please.
going to get a beating in the election to show you how to be managed.
So during that clip, you could see Carl Samuda throwing words at the opposition and the opposition throwing back words over on the other side as well. But what we really want to see in Jamaica is a better Jamaica. A Jamaica in which people can live, work, raise family, and also be productive in their own personal life. We want to see a Jamaica free of crime and violence, a Jamaica in which we feel happy to be a part of, and a Jamaica that is developing and meeting the standards of international countries. And when we look on the current situation that our country is faced with, we're having a serious problem, and our main problem is crime and violence, and we really need to put measures in place in order to curtail a rapid spread of this. Crime and violence in Jamaica is like the COVID virus. It's spreading right across all 14 parishes. And when you look back many years ago, certain parish did not really have this level of criminality, especially in St. Elizabeth, St. Mary, Portland. These parishes were quiet parishes, and over the past few years we have seen criminal activities being escalated in these areas. However, this is based on the development as well that is taking place in these areas. More business places, more people living in these areas, so more economic and financial gains in these areas have developed over the past few years, and this has been a contributing factor that people try to venture in these areas in order to see what they can do or what they can achieve. But as it stands right now, we're really hoping that we can have a better Jamaica despite which government may win. We just want to see a better Jamaica for our family, for your family, for my family, and we just want to see a country in which we can live in peace and harmony, and with our high level of our music as well, which has garnered so much recognition across the world. We really want to cement ourselves as one of the premier tourist destinations in the world, and so far we have been doing this immensely over the past few years, but there's a lot of work to be done. We have a lot of development going on as it relates to highways and all these things. However, we need some form of employment, more employment in the country in order to sustain people life and give them that stability and assurance that they can become something of society. Well, I'm gonna leave this one here for now. However, September 3rd, that's the date was announced by the Prime Minister, and I wish both parties the luck going into the national election. I'll keep you up to date with this one. This has been Links 007 TV. Let's talk, and I'm out for this one. Have a blessed and productive day from Links TV.